Now, the typical Arugbo man that grew up in Arugbo, they will tell you that if you eat snails, that your cheeks will swell up till they blow up. As an Ijaw person that grew up in Arugbo, what did you hear about snails? Osimofia, Agbayo Fuente. Is it true? Egberie, Gbaye. Let me tell you a little backstory about what I know, what I heard about snails back in the village. In fact, in my house, you dare not touch a snail and touch my grandmother's pot. You'll be in trouble. You know why? I don't know why my grandma did it, because my grandmother is not an Ijaw woman. My grandmother is an Ilaje woman, but she restricted us from bringing snails to the house. Anyway, that's by the way. Now, the typical Arugbo man that grew up in Arugbo, they will tell you that if you eat snails, that your cheeks will swell up till they blow up. Is it blow up? We grew up with the mentality that we should not eat snails, that it is not good for us, blah 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 blah, and all that. Now, here's a little backstory. They said there was a time that a man, I don't know, 19 when that this man Tin, that's just a fiction name I gave the man. Tin and his wife had a quarrel. So he went out to the bush to farm. He came back and he called the wife. He was trying to talk to the wife. Meanwhile, before he came back, the wife had already put a snail somewhere in her kitchen. The snail was settled there. The man didn't know. So when he came back inside, when he called his wife, the first thing that he heard was the a hiss. Is there a name for hiss? When a snail hisses, is there a name for it? Is there a word for it? What is the sound of a snail? A snail? Or what's the name of a snail sound? Anyway, that's the hiss. The hiss. I call it hiss. Anyways, so he said that was what he heard, and when he heard the sound, he immediately he thought it was his wife, and he was like, "Ma, I'm trying to act it out now. Ma, he enemy ah, every morning nakala soaking with those smile preliminary." And he was so angry, and the next thing, he beat her until her fell. Ah ah. So he said, after beating her, and after she had died, he now got to know that he got to discover that it was a snail, not his wife, that is, and she was no longer alive to defend herself. Ah, snail, you do this one in our community. How dare you? That was how the elders in the village in Arugbo, I don't even know whether the story was originally from Arugbo or from the Bigbini or from Ajapa or from Ukparam. I don't know where the story came from, but that was the story we heard. I don't even know who told the story. Now, this is allegedly. Oh, it is not an original story told by me. I heard it while growing up. So the elders of the village banned snail completely. That how can one small snail, the sound of a snail, allow a man to unalive a whole human being? From this day onward, oh, you people from Arugbo, you are no longer allowed to eat snail. And that was how they banned snail from the village. And we grew up with the mentality of, oh, because a snail made somebody to unalive his wife, we are no longer eating snail again. And that was how many Arugbo grew up with the mentality of, oh, we don't eat snail, we don't eat snail. And I don't know if these things change. Oh, with time I got to discover that a lot of Ijaw people from Arugbo eat snail, and their cheeks are not blowing up. Is there any magic to it? Allegedly, oh, that was how they stopped eating snails, and nobody has come to say that, oh, because I ate snail my cheeks blew up. We've not seen any evidence, but people are eating snail. from now till tomorrow. What did you hear about snails? Do you eat snails, or because of that you totally banned snail? As an Ijaw from Arugbo, do you eat snails, or you are still with the belief that no, it is a taboo in our place? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Do you eat snails, or this story is still binding you to culture? Or you don't even know, they just told you that no, we don't eat snails, so so be it, and you don't eat it. I am from Arogbo, and this story is an Arogbo story. Please, it is not my story. I grew up to hear it. If you're an elder in the house and you know details about this story, please, I don't mind the long epistle, write it. I want to read it, and after reading it, and I know that if I discover that it is a fact, I'm still going to bring it to the hearings of my people, because I know a lot of people are eager to want to know things like this. So this was, is it a fiction? No, it is not a fiction, but I don't know the story, so na so e take happen. Ìgbà tí mi jẹ́ pọ̀ ọmọdé yẹn àìgbérify. Yeah.